when this decides we need hot water on, it will basically put a live onto this brown, which will open the valve, and that's it. The boiler will sort itself out. We don't need to send a switch live to the boiler from the grey to the orange. What's up guys, thanks for tuning in to my latest video, The Life of a Jobbing Plumber, sponsored by Velocity Pro Gear tool bags and Tool Monster. The links to both of their sites in the description of the video. Now it's the week after installer show and I had a great time. I hope you did too if you went, and if you did come and I saw you there, thanks for coming to speak to me at the Lawton stand. One of the things that I will take away from this show is how much people appreciate the YouTube videos. I never really think about it too much, but I had a couple of people come over to me and told me how it sort of either got them into wanting to be a plumber or it got them through their qualification, especially through lockdown. So it was really nice to hear that, and it's made me want to do more YouTube videos. It's made me want to knuckle down and concentrate on YouTube over the likes of Instagram and TikTok. So expect to see, and this is as long as I can keep up my side of the bargain, expect to see a lot more YouTube videos from me, hopefully to get back into a regular time slot. What I am going to do is I'm going to knock the Sunday nights on the head. I'm going to try and do them on a Monday night instead, because of my fitness goals. I'm now thinking about an Ironman next year. Sundays are a great day to do a long run or a long bike ride, so leaves not much time for editing YouTube videos. So I think we're going to move to a Monday. We'll see how long I can keep that up for, but that's my goal anyway. So varied selection jobs this week. I hope you enjoy it. We'll have a chat at the end of the video as normal. Thanks for your support, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, etc, etc. Yeah, and we'll have a chat at the end. Cheers guys. Right guys, nice easy one. This was a call out to no heating hot water on this old Worcester 28 CDI. Quite like working on these, not gonna lie. Normally would suspect a fan, but listen to this. So that noise you heard, that was the heat not being able to escape the boiler, and coming from experience you'll know that that's going to be a circulation issue, and it's normally going to be an issue with the pump. If the pump's not spinning, the boiler's going to fire, and then the heat can't get away from the boiler, so it kettles, bangs, whatever. So my first test is, have we got power at the pump? If we've got power at the pump, then the circuit board's sending the power there, and if the pump's not spinning, it's the pump issue. If we've not got power at the pump, then it's going to be something wrong with the circuit board, because it's the circuit board that sends the power to the pump. So because we've got power there, it needs a new pump. So we're draining it down, pop to, where did I get this from? Plumb Base. Now, obviously it looks just like a normal Grundfos pump, but it's on this special lead to connect it into the PCB. So I've had to get the official part from Worcester. While that's draining down into my bucket, I've got the Versa funnel from Nerad Tools. Now this is really old tech. I've had it over 6-7 years now, but it's handy just to put over to protect your electronics from any water. And then I'm just cracking the pump there to get the last bit of water out. So once I'm happy with that, pull the pump face off, and we can see some of the pump is still left in that body there. Now I am just swapping the head, because there's nothing wrong with that body. It's a cast body. If there was, then I would probably swap the whole thing, but it's just the fact that the impeller's snapped off, so I only need to change the head on this. So put that back on, and then we've obviously got to wire it in. Now that involves taking that bottom strip off, but to save time, while I'm doing the wiring, I'm going to start the boiler filling. So just going to crack open the filling loop, and of course on a boiler this age other things are going to go wrong. The filling loop doesn't work. Have a look at that there. It's just got weak and snapped. The plastic's degraded over the years, so it's going to need a little bit of extra help to get the filling loop open. I've got this mini pair of Nipex in my pocket. And the idea behind this is if I just crack it, I'm not putting loads of water in, just enough that while I'm messing about with the wiring, at least there is some water going back into the system. The other benefit of that is I'll be able to see if anything starts weeping on the pump. So you'll hear that when I get to the sweet spot, the water starts to come through. It's probably been a long time since anyone's topped this up. So while that's doing that, do the wiring. As I said to you, the bottom panel here, there's 3 screws, left, middle and right. That comes off and then you'll see all the cables here. And then we're just going to unplug the old pump and plug the new one in. You can tell this is a voiceover video. The people are actually home. The guy was talking to me a fair bit on this job. So what I do on these is I'll edit them together and then do the voiceover afterwards, try and remember what I was going to say. So that's the new one plugged in, and then we look at the pressure, and we've almost got our 1 bar of pressure in there. So by the time I've put that bottom cover on, we should be at the 1 bar, and then we're just going to test it. So pop the central heating on. You can hear the pump spinning, and then we'll let that boiler fire up, and it should sound a lot better than it did when I first got here. Check the operation of the central heating system, check the water's coming out of the tap nice and hot. Another satisfied customer. There's a bit in this job where we had quite, well, everything was going wrong with this job, to be honest. The bricks were hard, the wood was hard, everything was in the way. And when it came to doing the pipework for the boiler, it was crossed, so we had to cross them over in a very tight space. Now, where the 2 pipes came through from the airing cupboard floor, to get the press tool in and press onto them was going to be not an option, basically. So we had to use the angle jaw set. Now, I did film this, put it on my Instagram, and I thought I'd filmed it for YouTube as well. And this is one of the problems with filming stuff while you work. You have, at the end of the day, you're there to get the job done. I'm a plumber at the start of the day, at the end of the day, and people are paying me to work as a plumber, not film stuff. And I filmed the Instagram bit, and then I forgot to do it with my phone the right way for YouTube, but it is what it is. So I used the angle jaw set with the new Nova Press. Now, if you've not seen it, it's quite a new thing. So halfway through this video, when I should have been showing you me actually using the angle jaw set, I've just stuck in a little thing to show you what it is, basically, a little thing I took in the back of the van. But yeah, other than that, it was a system boiler. We took off the wall, heat only boiler, sorry, took off the wall and fitted a valent system boiler the other side of the wall, took a pump out, took a nest out and put in a V-Smart and VR66 wiring centre. So hopefully you'll find it interesting. Here it is. You might remember this job from last year. I certainly remember this job because we did it on the hottest day of the year. Me and Marcus both in this bathroom, and we replaced that vented cylinder. It was just a sweaty job and everything seemed to go wrong. I don't know, I think one day we were here till 6 o'clock. Marcus was losing his shit. Anyway, we're back, and today we are in the room below. We're taking out the kitchen boiler and we're moving it. It's a heat only boiler. Moving it that way. So I'll take it downstairs and show you. So before we start, just doing a tightness test on the gas to make sure that's all okay. Now, Marcus got here before me this morning, but I've managed to park close to the job, and that's because I was late. The reason I was late is my sat-nav told me to get off the M1 at junction 26 and then take the second exit, I think. I can't remember because I was listening to music, but I ended up getting back on the M1. I had to drive all the way to Mansfield, junction 27. And then when I got here, obviously Marcus got here first, so he got that spot. The customer's just moved his car to let me park in his spot. So we're underneath the airing cupboard now, and then we've got our flow and return coming down. Heat only, Baxi Solo. Condensing boiler. It's got condense in the gas there, and that is going to be, well, that's not going to be relocated. We're going to fit a new boiler on the side of the wall here. So we've got to bring the flow and return through, and then the gas and the condense. And the gas is just here. And we've just come out a single skin for the flue there. So, because Marcus is about ready to retire,
yeah,
we've got the new Marcus here today.
I don't even think on TV,
the new and improved Marcus. 100% fitter, 100% better looking.
I'm not part of this. Well, I'm legal now, you can say this stuff.
Are you happy to go on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Yeah? Do you want to promote anything?
10x Ninja. Yeah.
So Morgan is getting the Spyrotex dressed. I'm going to be getting the flow and return through. Are you going to take the old boiler off the wall while I get the flow and return through?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, should be a nice day. Sun's out.
Controllers.
Oh, yeah, what we're doing it.
Bailing V-Smart kit as normal.
V-Smart kit, yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else special?
Just aerator, filter, and that's about it.
So that's the flue out. It was packed with a plastic bag and plenty of kitchen roll. So electric's disconnected, boiler drained. As soon as I undo these two nuts on the flow and return, this part of the boiler will come off, and then we'll just have the frame on the wall to take off. Then we need to work out the height where we're going to go through with those two. Rough guess, it's going to be on a brick above those two clips. I'll just put a little black line there. So get the old boiler out of the way, then we can drill through our flow and return, then we'll get the boiler on. While I'm doing that, these boys are getting the new gas.
Standard.
New gas in. Tea there goes into the cooker. This bit's obviously redundant, and then we're going to extend the long boiler gone. So these Baxi Solos, the boiler actually sits on this lip here, and then you have a little clamp on top, which is this piece here. That sits on there and bolts into the boiler. So once you take those off, the boiler literally wants to pivot forward. So once you have took that off, the only thing holding it in would be your gas, and then your two flow and returns there. Nice light boiler to get off. So this frame now is done. So that should come off as well. Lovely. That's going to go, that's going to go. And then we'll get on these pipes. Yeah, I got it. It's the next brick up than what we thought it was. Oh. But it's on a joint, yeah. So this has been an ordeal. You can tell by how many drill bits we've got out and how many different drills. The wood just was ridiculously hard, and then we had to get through 2 skins of brick. So we've been using the angle drill attachment, SDS in a normal chuck, just everything to try and get through. We're through now.
But I reckon they're as hard as the bricks, and the bricks are like iron.
Yeah. Nothing's ever easy in plumbing. So this is where we came through on this joint. Now getting the SDS through would have been great, straight through that hole just made in the floor joist. But we've got this piece of wood here, this beam, and it's lower than the height of the drill, which means to drill it was going up on the angle. And when we came through, we're almost at the floor level up here. So we've thought of everything we can do. We can't get a drill bit in, so just going to take the brick out. Excuse the state at the back of this van. I am using it for temporary measures while my van gets an MOT. I was out paddleboarding at the weekend. That's my paddleboard under all that crap. So quick video on my Nova Press, because I've got the new angle jaw set, which I'm going to show you. That's what this video is about. But I don't think I've showed you the press tool bag yet, because I wasn't really using it. But now I've got more jaws, I've transferred it over. So the great thing about this is it's like a magnetic catch. So you just pull it down to release it, and then the lid comes up. And then in there I've got, and these are Velcro, so you can set the compartment distance. But I think most people will do the same. Room for your charger, and then each of your jaws pops into the section there. So I've got my most used jaws in there, And then this side is for your tools. So I've got my NovaPress AC103 in there, spare battery, pipe prep tools, and then in here I've transferred the angle jaw set. Now the reason I've done that is because the boxes you get with the press tool are very flimsy. Once you put in, I reckon, more than 3 jaws, the box becomes too heavy and the handle will snap off. So I've moved everything over, and then when you get the angle jaw set, that also comes in a massive box like this. Depending on which sizes you buy, I've only got the 15 and 22, but it's just another box. Do you want that on the van? If you're like me, probably not. So it would be too heavy for that, in my opinion, which is why the press tool bag's good, because you've got these carry handles on the side as well as the ones on the top. You can remove this top as well if you don't want to keep shutting it, although I don't know why you would, because it protects your 1,500 quid's worth of press gear. But anyway, the reason I wanted to show you is, now this is on pre-order at the minute. If you want one, you can visit Press It UK, which I'll put the link in the description of the video. But this is the NovaPress angle jaw adapter. So this goes into your press tool, like so. And this is brand new out. Rems have had it for a long time. NovaPress have only just got it. And then we'll get the 22. So I've got M profile 22 there, like that. And then we can press at all of these angles, all the way down to there and all the way down to there. I'll just give you an idea from the side. So you get that out, wrap that around your fitting, and then you can get your tool in from an angle, and it will enable you to get closer to the wall, into those awkward spaces. Brand new out. The V profile for Conex are already available. The M profile are on back order, so if you want one for your NovaPress, you can get on the pre-order now at Press It, links in the bio. And that's going to be a game changer for you NovaPress guys compared to the Rems, because you'll know if your mate's got a Rems, he'll be telling you your NovaPress is shit because you can't get angle jaws for it. You can now. So you see what I mean by that? This one, I can easily get my press tool on. And the same with this one. So that's that one done. Right, second pipe can come back over the top now.
Oh, is that pressed?
That's all pressed, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the your right side pipe.
Sorry, Pete?
The one on the right.
That?
Yeah, can come all the way in now.
Oh, your way, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stop raining.
So there's our flow and return through. You can set brick out. Boilers on the wall, and then Marcus, while I'm doing that, the other side is getting the gas pipe up and clipped. So part that's done in the ceiling. The gas is through and connected to pick up the cooker. Yeah, don't look great, but it's going to be behind the cooker, so that's fine. Condense is through now in 1.25 inches, so we're going to put the oven back in, and then this side. See, condense is going to come up here. Gas pipe sleeved in the wall. So that's going to connect onto there. Return onto this one, which is going to connect onto there, and then the flow's got to come this side. So the chap, unfortunately tonight, has got to move all of this out of the way. There wasn't enough room to get both down the side and lag them, so yeah, unfortunately, that's what we've got to do. So Marcus has just done the gas. Now what I am doing is trying to get this pipe is basically going to be on there like that. It's going to run down the side of the boiler and then connect on to the return here. And as I said a bit earlier, we can't do this one until this chap's moved his storage. Right, day 2, so just got the flow in, So again, we'll bend on there, down. The guy last night took his shelving down. Don't know how he's going to move it because of the light switch, but that's his job. So this morning we've done the took the pump out, which I'll go upstairs and show you. Because this is a system boiler, there's a pump in the boiler. Originally we had a heat only, so there was a pump in the airing cupboard, so that's now been took out. I'll go and show you that in a sec. And then I am going to get on with the wiring. Right, so this is our wiring centre there, and our Nest heat link. Popping in this VR66 and the V-Smart for the new boiler. Now at the minute the power comes up to the wiring centre from the wall down there, but that wall's coming out. So what we're going to do is have a new fuse spur at the boiler, and that's going to send the power up to our VR66, which I'm going to mount up there, because from that VR66, if you remember, we plug in our zone valves here. So the two ports there, the cables that now go into this wiring centre, that will all be gone. They'll go up into the VR66. The power from the boiler in there, the power down to the boiler from there, everything into that. So basically, I'm just going to strip all of this out. Now, I don't know if you're the same as me, but there's a strange thing about being a plumber where you don't like doing anything other than the job you've got to do. So, for example here, I'm doing the wiring. Taking the discharge pipe out that went up to that composite valve in there is extra work, but it's going to make my job easier. But I just find when you're a plumber, you think, oh, I'll struggle, I'll try and do it with that still connected, when it's just easy to take it out. So that's that bit there out, and then when I'm done I can put it back in. What a mess. The state of that. Right, so what I've done basically is undone all of the cables on this chop block. So my two zone valves, I'll be using those again. They can go up there out of the way. Everything else really gets stripped out. And then this Nest, it's only less than a year old. Hopefully we'll be able to keep that, use it somewhere else.
We're going to probably need at least
Go on then. So Marcus is just in the kitchen, he's now pulling the cable down to the new boiler location. So there's my two going down to the new boiler location. What I'm going to do, because we've got the V-Smart, we need a 3-pin plug to power the V-Smart. So what I'm actually going to do is fit my VR66 up here next to this. I was going to do it there, but I'm going to do it up here.
You know?
No mate, I'm good.
Yeah.
So got the VR66 mounted on the wall now, V-Smart receiver, these uni lights, and this is the very basic one, but it sticks on the cylinder when I'm working down there. On the expansion vessel, angle that down, and that's me lit up for my wiring. So now I'm going to get the mains power in. I've got the bus cable to go in, this to go in, and then the zone valves and the hot water thermistor. So strip the cable. If you've not got one of these, absolutely brilliant bit of kit. It should cost you about 25-30 quid tops, but they're awesome. And then you don't need this, but it's nice to finish your cables off with these bootlace ferrules. So this is going to now go into my live neutral earth on there. So that's our cylinder stat and main power in. Now the zone valves, two ports. We've got neutral, switch live, and then the greys are permanent live and the oranges are switch live to the boiler. So we don't need these two. We're only going to use the neutral and the switch live. So what will happen is this, when this decides we need hot water on, it will basically put a live onto this brown, which will open the valve, and that's it. The boiler will sort itself out. We don't need to send a switch live to the boiler from the grey to the orange, if that makes sense. So my bus it's going to connect into that red plug there, and it goes down to the boiler and then also to this. So I've got these double bootlace ferrules because they're going to join together in there. I just think they look quality. That's the VR66 all wired in, and then the V-Smart receiver just pops on the front like that. Get the cover on. And then just need to work out what we're going to do with these cables. Just made it. That's it done. A little bit of cable management. Tidy up. Obviously the old nest to come off. Ready to go?
Yeah, a few spurs above the boiler.
Good. So we're all lagged, power's on. You're just putting it through purge. Yep. Getting the air out. And then we've got the V-Smart to set up, just get the customers to download the app. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, commission it up, make sure it's all running as efficient as possible.
I forgot to show you it. Basically there was a pump here. You see we've got 2 sockets and a bit of copper just to bypass that where the old pump was, because the new pump's in the boiler. This is all live and working now, so we've got the boiler in purge mode, and it will just be randomly opening and closing these 2 ports, getting the air out of the system. Yeah, sometimes you make a mistake, so that's not the cylinder start, it goes into the NTC. So I just need to change this over. Tell us what went wrong.
Basically, whoever did the wiring upstairs,
yeah, me,
wired the cylinder thermostat in the wrong position.
Should have gone into the NTC block.
NTC, because
so,
the boiler's looking for a temperature.
So what we didn't get a temperature down here, so we thought, well, initially I thought, can't be anything I've done.
It's got to be something I've done.
So I'm saying, it's not the wiring, is it something wrong with the boiler? But it wasn't, it was me.
We've been through the instructions and everything. Stressing out.
I just don't like being wrong.
But we got there because we never let it beat us, do we, Pete?
No, I've missed a bit of lagging off that. I need to put on there.
Oh man! What I look like in the morning, first pee of the day.
It's weird, a little bright green when it came out, and now it's clear. Yeah. Just the aeration.
Just a sample of it, just to check for the pH level.
Where's your sample thing?
Just on the top there.
Precious water. Right, here we go. pH strips. What would you say that was?
I would say that's about 6.9, 7.1.
Yeah.
Good.
When he's commissioning a boiler, Marcus likes to sit on his little gnome stool, like a little gnome. Feel all these little facts in.
My little pen rod.
Oh, the best bit of today, yeah, is Hawkeye, because now you've said it, I can see you. Did you get that on video?
Yeah. We've just been.
You're welcome.
Not getting paid for the day.
We've just been talking about your roadman accent.
Yo, it's killer sick, me. I'm telling you, killer sick you.
But when it's Christmas morning,
you're loving this, aren't
and he's sat there in his pajamas, in his Sonic the Hedgehog pajamas, and he said, "Oh, thanks for my present, Mum." The roadman accent goes out the window.
Oh, no, it's, hey, walk on. Give me the presents, nah.
Kids these days. Does he talk like that at home? No.
Only the once.
I saw the back of his dad's hand.
Yeah. No, he just cries when I get my mates on my mic, on my decks and that.
My decks and that.
On my decks and that. Pulls up, knocks on the door, turn it down, mate, no.
What are you saying, Biv?
What are you saying?
You're talking Waz.
Oh, don't nick my line.
Right guys, that's the plumbing side of the video over. I hope you enjoyed it this week. Let me know in the comments if you did. So midweek I put out a video of the last marathon I did. I didn't expect it to get anywhere near the views a plumbing video would get, and it didn't, but there wasn't any real negative comments. I did lose a few subscribers within the first hour, which I thought was strange, but it is what it is. So off the back of that, I had quite a few people message me about coming to the Athens Marathon, and that is now full, so no spaces left for that. But there will be more coming up next year, especially if this one's a success. So if everyone enjoys it and we have a good laugh, we're probably going to set up like a running group. So we'll get a Strava group going for plumbers, and maybe we'll make it either an annual thing where we go and do a marathon together, or we'll do a few next year. I am actually now, I've got it in my head. Normally when I think I want to do something, I just knuckle down and do it. I want to do an Ironman. So I've ordered a road bike. The thing is, at the minute, I swim a lot. I run a lot. I don't do any cycling, so I need to know if I'm going to be good at that and hopefully grow my legs a bit. So yeah, my bike's on its way. If anyone's a cyclist, and I know a lot of you will be, we've set up a little cycling group now, but if you've got any tips and tricks for me on a road bike, much appreciated, because at the minute I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to hopefully join my local bike group, so I'll get some tips off them. But to be honest, my plan of attack is I've bought this bike. It's sort of an entry-level bike, just so I can get out on the road and get practicing. And then if I think I'm going to be taking it seriously enough to do an Ironman next year, after the summer, after I've sort of got used to it, I'll probably upgrade the bike to one that I'll be able to use when I do an Ironman. So that's that. Anything else to tell you? I've been a bit... Installer show. I went to Turkey with ECA boilers the week before. I've been all over the place really. I'm a man of routine. I like to swim in the morning. I like to go to the gym at night. Being an installer show, you can't do any of that. So my head was a bit in the shed the last couple of weeks or so, but installer show is great. You'll know if you went to the show, the Lawton stand, it was absolutely rammed all 3 days. The pipe bending challenge was even better this year. I thought we were going to have to change it. I thought we were going to have to make the shape different, but we added a competitive element. So you were going against your mate, or you were going against the clock, and it just made it so much better. So we didn't have to change it. We had prizes every day, so a kit bag, a velocity kit bag for the winner of each day, and then an overall winner got a trophy. So that was great. We had Andy from Press It UK was on the stand. He was demoing press tools. So if anyone had questions about press tools, fittings, anything they wanted to know, he was there demoing that. He didn't stop. I don't think I even saw him eat. He was that busy. We had Frank Bruno on the stand because we did the charity job for Frank. He came to see us on the Wednesday afternoon. That was great. There was people queuing for like a mile. I was taking everyone's photos for them. I think I took about 1,000 photos that day. Rob, Mr. Lawton, he absolutely loved it. He was in his element. I'm just calling him Mr. Installer Show from now on because he loves that show so much. He puts so much effort into it, and he's a bit of a warrior. Like we go in for 2 or 3 meetings to say what we're going to do this year and plan this stage, plan what we're going to have on there. And he worries, but then on the day he's buzzing, and it was just bigger and better than last time. So that was really good. We're going to be raising more money for Frank's foundation. It's a mental health charity. It's a really worthwhile cause. So expect to see some more fundraising for that in the year. Probably we're going to raise some money for that when we do the run as well. I'm also doing the Great North Run. I'm going to run that for Frank Bruno. Just so much going on, but it's all good. It's all positive stuff. We had loads of colleges come over. Once they saw what we do, they want us to come and take the pipe bending challenge to the colleges. So Rob's busy organising that. I think the next college we're at is 28th of July this month. We're going to be at Oxford College. So if you're a student there, we're seeing you on the 28th. As always, if you want us to come to your college with the pipe bending challenge to talk to you about copper, where it comes from, how it's made, my career, my social media career, prizes to be won, freebies, all of that good stuff, we'll come to your college. It's completely free. We don't charge you for it. We just want to spread the message of using copper as a plumbing material. And I want to spread the message of the skill of working with copper as a plumber. Pipe bending, soldering, you know, pipe bending to me it's the main thing about being a plumber, being able to work with, manipulate pipe, no fittings if possible, that kind of thing. So we do little bending classes. Yeah, if you want us there, send us a message on Instagram or message Rob Lawton at the Lawton Tubes account on Instagram and we'll sort it out. See you next week, guys.